afternoon and welcome to the interview section of Mijas International. I'm pleased to welcome Sandy Malone, the Managing Editor of the Key to Mijas Costa magazine, to the programme. And Sandy has an excellent restaurant guide in this handy little magazine. It's lots of ideas about where to eat to suit your taste and your budget. But sometimes you might not want to eat out. You might want to entertain family or friends. Although, on the other hand, you might not want to cook the food yourself. So we have the perfect person for you. It's Chef Tim Northern, who has a company called Tim Le Chef, and he's a private chef, many years of experience, and he divides his time at the moment between the UK and Spain, family being based in Spain. Good afternoon, both of you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. And Sandy will be taking a look at activities in the area later on in the programme. But Tim, I think our viewers would like to know a little bit more about you, especially as you can do some home catering for them for special functions. But you started your life as a commis chef, like most professionals in your sector, but yours was in places like the Grosvenor and the Savoy Grill. So it was a really good grounding, wasn't it?
Yeah. I started in the old days when we had 20, 30 chefs in the kitchen. They all had big white hats, and the head chef had the biggest hat. And I was the lowest of the low.
So you had a tiny little hat.
I didn't even have a hat. Because I was washing up and also doing a little bit of prep and, peeling 200 sacks of potatoes and this, that and the other.
Yeah.
But the atmosphere is electric in a massive kitchen like that. And the old style of cooking, massive stock pots everywhere and hundreds of guests, very important places, the Savoy Grill, 99 Park Lane, La Caprice, and I went to all these places as an agency commis.
Ah, right, okay. And is this in the family? Or is anybody in your family actually involved?
No, I think that's why I started. My mum couldn't cook and my dad couldn't cook, so I decided I had to go out and learn how to do it myself, otherwise I was going to starve. Yeah,
very good reason as well. And by the young age of 21, you'd moved to Jersey to be the head chef at the Bon Nuit Hotel. Yeah. So it was pretty young to have that responsibility.
Yeah, I went there to work in a hotel in Jersey, and I was sort of poached to work. Somebody asked me if I'd come and help this old French guy who promptly collapsed and died about 2 weeks later in the kitchen.
Oh, right.
And the owner came in. He says the restaurant's full. You're the chef. Goodbye. And that was it. And that was my first head chef post, and I carried on from there. Really.
You rose to the occasion.
Oh yeah.
And I also read that you very much like to be involved with fusion. You love trying experimenting with different flavours, with sauces, and attention to detail as well.
Yes, well, that's what sort of sets you apart, is the presentation, the flavour, and food moves on so fast that you have to try and keep up with the trends, and give the client something that they don't get on every other menu or every other place in Spain or in the UK. Something you have to try. I try to work their menus toward the client, sort of tailor make them, as it were, and then invent their own dishes for them.
Yeah.
And it usually works out quite well.
Well, I mean, you've had restaurants in Marbella, haven't you, in the past?
I used to have, up until 2005-06, I had a few restaurants. I had a restaurant called La Tienda in La Virginia, Cocineros Sin Fronteras in Elviria, and then a restaurant called Tim Le Chef, which is also in Elviria.
Yeah.
And then I left there in about 2007 and went off to work in England.
Yeah, the economic crisis had set in.
Yeah, the restaurant wasn't doing so well, and we had bills to pay, and so I decided that was the best place to go to save the situation.
Yeah, and did you find it easy to get work when you went to the UK?
England is much more open and much more easy. They have agencies which they don't seem to have so much in Spain.
Yeah.
And I worked as a temp chef for quite a few years, and basically learnt a lot of new techniques, because the 10 or 15 years or whatever I've been in Spain, I hadn't been learning anything. I've been doing the same menus and this and that.
Yeah.
although albeit it's nice
to
to
good quality. Yes, yeah.
And the new techniques coming out, had left me behind. I had to learn not to cook again, but learn the new techniques and this, that, and the other. And so it's very interesting. Still is in England. They're right on the cutting edge.
Yes,
in England, where they're Michelin star mad.
Oh right, and, everybody's chasing a Michelin star.
Yeah.
And you spoke to me earlier. You said something about molecular gastronomy. What on earth is that?
Molecular gastronomy. Well, it's just sort of stuff that we play with at home, really, just to add a few little touches to dishes. Like we've been working on stuff like how to turn chocolate into caviar to serve on desserts.
Yeah.
We can also do that same technique with strawberry caviar, and the same again. We've got a dish that we use fresh pasta, truffles, and parmesan, which is enclosed in a caviar, but a larger one. And so as you take a mouthful of the pasta with the truffle, and the parmesan sauce melts into your mouth, into the flavour.
That sounds good.
It's all interesting stuff, and it's very spectacular. It can be.
Yes, yeah. Well, you cater for private functions in houses, in villas, and also bigger functions as well, don't you?
Yeah, well, we can do as big as you like, but mainly up to 50 or 60 on an exclusive job, down to a romantic dinner for two, and then of course we do the parties in your garden, a paella or a barbecue, or just a normal meal, looking after people for the week when they come on the holidays.
Yeah. So you do everything from what you were just saying
everything
now
from fine dining down to a paella,
and
anything and everything, with hopefully a top quality product.
Yes, yeah, importantly. And you are in search of a villa yourself to have as a venue in case people have special functions, but no venue.
We're having inquiries from the UK, and it seems to be a trend for people to come to get married here. And I've had to say no to a couple of inquiries because I haven't got a venue to put them. And so I am looking for somebody with a nice villa or finca who we can probably use or rent when we have these inquiries, so we can make a fabulous wedding al fresco out in the garden or whatever.
Lovely. And the clients don't have to think about anything then, do they?
No, then whenever we go and do a job, they don't have to think about anything. We go in, we cook, we go away, and it's cleaner than it was when we started. And hopefully they've had a wonderful experience.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. Yeah, I'm sure they have. Anything else you want to add?
No, not really. I'm just, as I say, I'm here trying to move the business forward from the UK to Marbella, and I'm here now and home for business. Okay,
lovely. And of course, really sort of like working towards spending all the time here with your family, which is normal.
Yeah, I just love to be with my wife.
Yes, that's lovely. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.